Gaijin released a community update here recently, and they talked about a vehicle that we could expect to be coming in the next major update. And for the United States, it's an air quote magic aircraft with its namesake being able to communicate with spirits. Can you guess what it is? Well, in this video, we're going to be talking about what I think it truly is, and that is the F-101 Voodoo. If you guys are not too familiar with the F-101 Voodoo, this is one of the most advanced American fighters of the 1950s. Developed by McDonnell Aircraft for the United States Air Force, the aircraft first took flight in 1954 and was built for speed, range, and nuclear-era combat missions. With two powerful Pratt & Whitney J57 engines, the Voodoo could reach speeds above Mach 1.7 and climb rapidly to intercept enemy aircraft. So the Voodoo is one of those aircraft that we have wanted to see in WarThunder forever. Keep in mind, one of the biggest things I see that players ask for are more Cold War era interceptors. The F-101 Voodoo was originally made to be an escort aircraft. It was made to escort long-range American bombers deep into Soviet territory. And then the mission changed to be a long-range interceptor, and then it changed again to be a long-range heavy fighter, also still kind of fill the interceptor role, but also to be able to do combat missions for NORAD. So, the F-101B variant of the interceptor served with NORAD during the Cold War, protecting North American airspace against possible Soviet bomber attacks. This aircraft carried Vulcan air-to-air missiles like we have in-game on the F-106, and carried the Air-2 Genie, which was a nuclear rocket. We will not get that in the game. Gaijin will not allow us to shoot literal nukes out of our planes against enemy bombers, and as cool as it would be, we're not going to have it. Canada also operated the Voodoo for decades longer, operating it up into the 80s. As part of Continental Air Defense, it was later then phased out in favor for things, which eventually became like the Hornet and stuff like that. So, the Voodoo had a very long service life, whether it be with the U.S. Air Force or with the Air National Guard, and obviously, 30 years in comparison to things like the B-52 is not a long time, but keep in mind this thing, came into service during the same frame of the B-52, and remained in service until, well past things like the F-16 and F-15. It saw a lot of use during the Vietnam War, being the RF-101, which was the very important photo surveillance aircraft, which was able to fly deep over enemy territory without any sort of weapon systems, guns, or missiles, and pilots relied purely on speed and altitude to escape anti-aircraft fire and enemy fighters. This is one of those aircraft, like I already said, it's one of those aircraft we really have wanted to see in WarThunder for a long time. It's about time we see it. I think it's about time we start to see more Cold War fighters, and the Voodoo just kind of fits into that boat of, we have, the missiles it carried now, so there's really no reason not to see it. And with the game getting to a point where what's next, and the next big step is going to be 5th generation fighters, more Cold War aircraft is just going to be amazing to see. The F-101 Voodoo is actually one of my favorite aircraft in the world. It's one of the coolest planes. I love it a lot. I know a lot of players also, or a lot of people also really love the platform, and they really want to see it come to the game. As far as it actually being played in WarThunder, I'd imagine it'd be very similar to the F-106. If you guys are not too familiar with the F-106, it's one of those aircraft that it's kind of a niche. You either love it or you hate it. I would not expect the F-101 Voodoo to be something that everyone hates or loves. I think it kind of would depending on the player. As far as where they'll put it in the tech tree, I'm gonna imagine it's gonna be right after the Starfighters, most likely. So right before the F5E in the tech tree there, or right in there. Probably in that F-16 line. That's what makes the most sense to me. Probably will not end up in like the F-15 line or anything like that. I think that just is where I would imagine they'd go. Obviously, it's not confirmed. Gaijin has not come out and said, we're adding the Voodoo. They just said they're adding, and, they gave a little bit of a mythic message, and players have just assumed it's going to be the Voodoo, including me. The Voodoo makes the most sense. The other option would be something like the FH Phantom, one that was one of the first generation of American naval aircraft, so back during the 40s. The other things I could think of would be like the AC-47 or the AC-130. I don't think those would come either, personally, at least not now. I think the one that makes the most sense is the F-101 Voodoo. and I'm very excited for it. Please do let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Do you guys think it's going to be the F101 Voodoo? Do you think it's going to be something else? And let me know, are you guys excited to see the F101 Voodoo come to the game? Are you guys excited to play it? I think it's a crazy cool platform, so I'm hyped for it. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you guys are not already subscribed, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.